Yeah, I mean, my hands have been bad for at least 3 years. You know, I work in a dental office and I wash my hands
Right.
a lot. Um, I all of a sudden I just realized my hands were red and sore, and so my doctor said, "Oh, here, use the steroid cream." And so every time I would have that soreness, I would be using that steroid cream on my hands, and then I noticed it was just getting worse. So about a year ago, I actually quit using it. But then my doctor said, well, if it comes back, he prescribed
Yeah.
a higher potency. And I think this last year was really what was hard on me. Yeah, it just flares
Wow.
bad. So you don't have this period between the two where it's calm. It didn't seem like for me anyway. So that was March, but in July, I had it move up my arms where I'd never used it before. So the flare up then went from my hands, and then my arms were swollen, and the skin was red, and the fire and itching was just so intense. I had it come around my neck, and then I
Oh
could feel
wow.
a little
I
bit of
see.
it on the back of my ears, but that lasted probably for a month. And the other frustrating part about it is you think, oh, I'm getting better. And then boom, it just hits you again. And you're just like, what did I do? What caused this
I
flare?
see. I
So
see what you're saying. Yeah.
it's a torture of your mind because you're
Yeah.
just, that's all you can think about is, trying to get better. And
So you're saying one day it'll be better, and then the next it goes terrible again, and you're like, what did I
right.
put on, or what did I take, or to do to make this happen?
Yes. Just, I think without really getting a proper diagnosis, steroids,
Mm.
in my case, caused more harm than good. So this past year, in February, I noticed my hands were becoming addicted to that steroid again. So they were getting worse, and I went to my doctor. So like in February, I just knew I had to get off of it.
Right.
And so then I saw her in March, and she said it looked like a skin infection. So that's another thing, getting prescribed antibiotics,
Yeah.
just adding fuel to the fire. The point where I was when I started using Jumo, I just couldn't get any further healing. Like it just kept cycling around.
Yeah.
And I think, yeah, it was
I
what I
see.
needed.
Okay.
Maybe after the first week of using it, I was kind of thinking it would heal faster, but it was a slower process, probably um, weeks 2, 3, 4, 5. And then during those weeks, though, so I had cracks on my hands. Um, the they would ooze a little bit, and that smell would be like a metallic smell, but the itching was just,
Really.
yeah, the itching is what is just so it's almost torturous.
Yeah.
And so after the first couple of weeks, that stuff just was gone away.
Right.
So that's what
Ah, I see. So
encouraging me to keep,
right.
you know. Well, when I started using it right away, I could tell my skin was changing, and it was
Mm.
kind of interesting because um, it just I could just tell that it felt better. It was just kind of a subtle change.
Right.
It makes your hands feel a little bit dry, so they would feel kind of like sandpaper. But a lot of times I would use it more than the twice a day, then they would get really dry. So if that happened, I just didn't use it for a day, and then
Yeah.
it was fine. So
Yeah.
yeah, you have all these different symptoms, and then just the changes were real subtle at first. Yeah, but I would say after maybe the 6 weeks, I really felt like, um, yeah, they were just almost normal again. You have I would have like small areas that were still trying to heal. But the other thing is that my joints would be really painful and swollen, and so that
I
went away.
see. Oh, I see.
Yeah, I mean, basically, just the joints in my hand. So, like when I
Yeah,
would try and make a fist, you know, it would just be so tight and want to
yeah,
crack, and I couldn't hardly do that. Or even just simple things like, you know, doing the dishes or anything that, you know, you use your hands for a lot of things. It was just always painful. But then once that started healing, it's just amazing. Like, you're like, oh, I can do this. Or just, I mean, if I go like this, it just feels, you know, it just feels so much. I,
yeah.
I just love to feel the skin now. Where
Wow. From everything we've seen, if you damage your microbiome, whether it be in the skin or internally, if you just leave it, it's not like it sort of slowly gets better. It's at a dysbiosis, has got damaged, and it's really hard to get back. So that's the really tough part about getting from you've been damaged, and all these people they need to get back to being having a healthy microbiome. That's the really tough part.
Mhm.
The nice thing is you stuck with it. So there are small ups and downs, but the main general trend is up, and you stuck with it. So you've done your 4 months plan.
Exactly.
Now,
Yes.
look at you.
So I actually, a couple weeks ago, I was able to get my wedding ring back on after 10 months.
Brilliant.
Yes,
So-
it's on your mind every day. And so I thank you guys for giving me my life back, because now I can function at work and, you know, take care of my family and do the things that I enjoy doing.
It's amazing.
After struggling for so many years, and then in these last 4 months to have such healing take place, I mean, really, it's miraculous, the change in my skin and just my overall health, actually. So,
Wow.
yeah, I am happy to have my life back.
Amazing. Right. Okay.
Oh,
We have some flowers for Sheila because it is a 4-month. Finish the 4 month plan. You are happy. You're looking good. So there are some
thank
flowers.
you. Well, just having my skin health back is enough. Very sweet. Thank you very much.
No worries. They smell nice too.